Hello everyone and welcome back to the third lecture of this Polity revision series, and today we are going to study the preamble of the constitutions. So as you know that I'm using the booklet of Only IS and all credit goes to them. In these lecture series I'm quickly revising the polity, and so that you can also revise it in a very quick and lucid manner. Anybody who is watching this lecture series or anybody who is watching the polity and studying the polity for the very first time, I definitely recommend not to watch the video, because it is not for you. It is only for people who already know the polity or actually know the basics, so that they can quickly brush up their facts. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. So let's start with the preamble. Okay, so firstly we will see what the preamble is. It is, we, the people of India, have solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure all its citizens justice of social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and to promote among all of them fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this constitution. So these are the verbatim text of our preamble. Let's start and study one by one of each one of them. The very first one, that is, we, the people of India. It symbolizes the source and the authority of the constitution. Okay. The next one is sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. It tells the nature of the Indian state, that what Indian states actually is, that is sovereign, is of socialist nature, is of secular nature, and which is democratic, and which is a republic as well. The next thing is justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. This shows that objective of the constitutions, which you know that in the previous lecture we also told that from where this came from. It came from the French Revolution and from the French Constitution. So these were the ideas, that is the justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. What is justice? This is idea is taken from the Russian Revolution, which is secured through fundamental rights and DPSPs. What does the liberty means? It means simply that absence of restraints on the activities of individuals and providing opportunities for their development. Equality, which means absence of special privileges and opportunities without discrimination. Civic, political and economical equality we talk about in preamble. Next one we have is fraternity, which is added by the 42nd constitutional amendment. If you can tell me the year and the leader present at that time, who was the prime minister, and in the comment section. This is an active recall question. Actually this is the first active recall question of this lecture. It shows the dignity and of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. Okay, let's discuss one by one these particular terms. What are the nature? The first nature is the sovereign, that it is an independent state. No other state can give directions to India. It is free to conduct its own affairs, which exactly means what the sovereign is. Next is the socialist. It was again added by the 42nd constitutional amendment. And democratic socialism, that is a mixed economy. This is what exactly the socialist word means. It is a mix of Gandhian and Marxism, which is leaning literally towards Gandhian socialism. By nature, India is secular. It was again added by the 42nd constitutional amendment, and article 25 to 28 actually reflects the nature of secular, because it actually gives power. These articles give power of the secular nature. Actually you can say it in other way also, that these articles give power to the secular nature of India. The positive concept, as we studied in the previous lectures, that all religions get same status and support from the state. I'm so sorry. India is democratic, that is the representative parliamentary democracy, political, social and economic democracy. By nature we are republic, which means that our head of the state is elected, not nominated, not hereditary, anything else. We elect our head of state. Of course we do not directly elect our head of state here in India, and but we have an elected representative at the head of the state, that is in which it has the vested political sovereignty and the people. That is, a public office is open to every citizen. So like one day you can also be the head of state by election. Okay, so this is what exactly the republic means. Okay, so next part is preamble being part of constitution or not. Let's discuss this by various Supreme Court judgments. So the first judgment, which says that in the Beru-Baru Union case in 1960, Supreme Court says that preamble is not part of the constitution. So in Beru-Bari, not a part. Okay. Next, the Keshwananda Bharti case. Everybody knows about this case. In 1973, Supreme Court says that preamble is part of constitution. Okay. Just focus simply on this part in the starting. In last case, that is in LIC of India case in 1995, Supreme Court says that preamble is an integral part. Here is a very basic difference, that is a part and integral part. Is a part simply means that it could be amended, it could be subjected to basic structure doctrine and all. Integral part means it is as sacred as constitution. So we cannot see preamble in a different perspective. It is a constitution, like that way. The authority which constitution have is the same authority which the preamble have. Though it is not justiciable, which is a different debate, but integral part basically simply means that. And if you know that there were several amendments in the preamble to add some words and to remove some words. So on that part, Supreme Court have already said that though the preamble is amendable because it is a part of constitution, but it should not be amended. यहाँ पर हम एक छोटा सा एक्टिव रिकॉल ये कर सकते हैं कि अभी हमने देखा कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के प्रियम्बल में बहुत सारे वर्ड्स को ऐड किया जाता है, बहुत सारे वर्ड्स को रिमूव किया जाता है. सो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा कि हालांकि ये अमेंडेबल है बिकॉज इट इज़ पार्ट ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, बट शुड इट बी अमेंडेड? द आंसर इज नो, इट शुड नॉट बी अमेंडेड. द अमेंडमेंट इन द प्रियम्बल शुड बी ऑलवेज अवॉइड बिकॉज देयर इज अ रीजन टुवर्ड्स इट. That preamble, though it is at the very first page, it is at the very first page of the constitution, which shows a preface type of thing, but it is actually not. When the whole constitution was drafted and the constitution was ready, then the preamble was made. It seems that it is in the start, so it has to be the preface of the constitution, but it's not. In other constitutions, you will see that like in the American one, their preamble was written first, and then the whole constitution was built on that principles of preamble. But in India, the thing were opposite. Constitution was made first, and then the preamble was written. So if you will amend a particular thing in preamble, so you are not just amending a particular word, you are amending the whole philosophy behind it. So that is why Supreme Court told that it should be avoided to amend the preamble.